Hi, and welcome to this February 2020 installment of Heat Treat Marketing Minute, where you can learn how to better market your heat treat product or service. I'm your host, Doug Glenn, publisher of Heat Treat Today and the host of Heat Treat Radio. Today, let's talk about industry directories or buyer's guides. It's early in the year, and if you're anything like me, you receive a boatload of directory requests throughout the year. Which ones are worth doing? Which ones are a waste of time? And how do you tell the difference? And for those you do decide to do, how can you get the most out of your listing? Let's take a minute to do a high-level survey of directories that might help you better market your heat treat related product or service. I like to break down directories into three basic categories: heat treat industry specific buyer's guides, other industry specific buyer's guides, and broad-based industrial buyer's guides. Each might have value to you, so let's take a quick look at each. When it comes to heat treat industry specific directories, there are really only three, none of them coming from Heat Treat Today. So don't worry, we're not going to be tooting our own horn. The first one, and the biggie, is published annually by Industrial Heating Magazine in July. They were the first to do a heat treat buyer's guide way back in the early 90s, and they are still by far the best buyer's guide in the industry. BNP Media, the company behind industrial heating, has an entire directory department that produces several dozen industry directories every year for a variety of different industries. They know what they're doing, and they do it well. Industrial Heating's Heat Treating Buyer's Guide is, as I said, the best in the industry. It is both online searchable and in print. Industrial Heating actually publishes two heat treat directories, one for heat treat equipment and the other for heat treat services. Now, the second Heat Treat Buyer's Guide is published by Thermal Processing Magazine and the good folks down in Pelham, Alabama at Media Solutions. I'm not exactly sure how many years they've been doing their directory, but I'm thinking it's about 5 years. While it's not as comprehensive as Industrial Heating's Buyer's Guide, it is a good and solid buyer's guide and worth your attention. To the best of my knowledge, Thermal Processing's Buyer's Guide is in print only. They have something similar on to their print buyer's guide on their website in the community section, but it's not as thorough and convenient as their print version. Now, the third and final heat treat specific buyer's guide is a web-only directory coordinated by ASM International's Heat Treat Society. This buyer's guide is powered by MediaBrains, a national organization that produces buyer's guides for a large number of other organizations. This directory can be found online at www.heattreatingdirectory.com. This directory is, as I said, online only, and it's not in print. And quite frankly, it's not real easy to find on ASM's website, nor does it pop up frequently in heat treat searches. Nonetheless, this is a directory you should know about because it is heat treat specific. So, those are the three big heat treat specific industry directories. There are, however, a large number of other non-heat treat industry specific buyer's guides which might be of interest to you depending on the markets into which you sell your heat treat products. For example, there is a fastener industry directory, a wire industry directory, a tube and pipe industry directory, a gear industry directory, an aluminum industry directory, including a very good directory produced by Light Metal Age magazine, as well as industry-specific directories for the titanium, copper, and heat exchanger industries. Depending into which of these markets you sell, these directories might also be worth investigating. But remember, these directories are not just heat treating. They cover all aspects of their industry, and to that extent, they may be somewhat less effective in reaching the heat treat people you want to reach. Finally, there are the big, broad-based industry-to-industry directories, with the granddaddy of them being ThomasNet. There are others, however, like Engineering 360, formerly known as IEEE Global Spec, and other more minor players like Industrial Quick Search, which can be found on the web at iqsdirectory.com. By far, the granddaddy of this group in North America is thomasnet.com. Globally, they're not as popular as Global Spec, but here in North America, they are hands down the best broad-based industrial directory. If you haven't looked at thomasnet.com recently, I suggest you give them a look. www.thomasnet.com. And you should also invest a little time making sure your company listing is accurate. So, there's the directory landscape. The question is, are any of these directories worth it? The answer depends on several things. Here are 3 questions you should ask each and every directory salesperson that knocks on your door, even the guys from Industrial Heating and Thomasnet. The answers to these 3 questions will help you decide if you should invest time and or money with their directory. Question number 1. Do you have a listing for my specific heat treat product or service? Question number 2. How many people visit your directory each month on average? If you can get it from them, ask them for the total number of visits or sessions or the total number of unique visitors or sessions. Question number 3. On average, how many people search for my specific heat treat product or service each month? Again, ask for the total number of visits or sessions or the total number of unique visits or sessions. If they can't supply these numbers, or if the numbers are too low, then their directory might not be worth your time or money. If the numbers are impressive, a paid or enhanced listing is always better than a free basic listing. So there are some basics on directories and buyer's guides. If you have any questions about heat treat buyer's guides or directories, please feel free to email or call me. My contact information is shown right here on the screen. Thanks for watching.